Go to Tabor. Obviously, a lot of budget issues with the state right now. Are you in support of killing Tabor? And would you, as governor, uh, put forward a, because it would have to go through the ballot process.
Yeah.
So would you support getting rid of Tabor so that we can kind of get our budgetary house in order, if you will?
Yeah, I get canceled for that a lot, but for sure. I put that on my campaign details on my website, and people are like, but why? It's our rights. I'm like, they're not being used right. We're having education shortages, healthcare shortages. We have to go through a whole entire voting session to be able to use it. People aren't able to get their food stamps in emergency purposes because of everything. There are literal challenges in Colorado right now that are affecting real people because while a system was intended to be implemented to help the people, give the people a voice, it was not done in a proper way. So if we scratch it, try again. Just like in tech, it took a lot of times to do a light bulb, in my opinion.
Well, I actually have been taking some good. Tabor's actually a big point in my eyes. I don't really talk about it on my TikTok because most folks hear Tabor and they don't fully understand exactly what it is. So I've actually done a lot of research. Both I did two categories, both good and bad. And so I figured if you're okay with it, I'd read those off to you. I'm just going to pick two bullet points from each. And mind you, I was sitting there just going down. I'm like, what should our position be on it? Because personally, I'm a little in the middle on this position because I see the good. However, I also see some finite bad. So allow me to begin. So the good perspective. So I did write 9 items down, but the three that I think that are popping my mind is taxpayer empowerment. With the Tabor, it requires voter approval for any tax increase, preventing runaway taxes and government spending. I think that's good. Um, Physical restraints. It does limit the revenue of the government to keep and pushing efficiency for state spending. That is also good, in my opinion. And then, and this I'm pulling this directly from the paper on the refunds portion. Refunds, when quote, when revenue exceeds the limit, taxpayers receive refunds, while which supporters view as returning over collected money. That is also good, in my opinion. However, pulling this also directly from Tabor, regressive nature. Quote, by restricting income tax, it shifts tax burden to fees that often impact lower income residents more than increasing wealth of inequality. So requoting that spot, inside of the bill for Tabor, it directly states that this will shift most of the burden from the wealthier class of Colorado to the lower income classes of Colorado. And I'll quote that one more time just because I think it's very important to know that. Quote, by restricting income tax, it shifts the tax burden to fees that